somebody who can read real loud. Let's go to the acts of faith just to kind of get it started on something.
The determination to outwit one's situation means that one has no models, only object lessons. James 12. If you're facing a challenge in your life, before asking someone else what to do, remember what you did last time. Nothing is new in life. Everything has been said or done by you. It may look different. There may be new people involved. It may even feel different, but it's not. The key is to recognize the lesson. Ask yourself, what am I learning in this situation? Is it patience, peace, forgiveness, independence? What am I feeling now? Have I felt it before? What did I do then? Remember, no one can learn your lessons but you. And the best teacher you will ever have is experience. I am divinely guided at all times, and I know exactly what to do.
Wow. Before asking someone else what to do, remember what she did the last time. Man, that's a good word right there. Anybody want to take some of that?
I will.
Go ahead.
As some of y'all might know, my bitter parenting struggle with King's mom all the last year. And then I just got I got hit with another. She tried to take me back to court for basically stop everything she agreed to give me at court. She just tried to stop it, but the judge dismissed it. And
When was that?
last week.
Give me a hand, man.
All right.
But I reverted back to like where mentally where that took me last year, and kind of like that suffering, pain thing, and like, man, I'm not gonna do that. Even if we would have had to go all the way, I was just like, man, I remember where I was last year, and it was a kind of a dark place. Well, it was a dark place. I ain't gonna lie, it was a dark place.
Yes, sir.
And but now I'm like, not this year. You know, I can look back at where I am now versus last year, and just really be thankful for
your growth,
my growth, our growth as a father and child, and just as a person. You know, and instead of going and cussing her out or acting crazy or violent like she would want me to do. When I'm at church, I just get some special prayer for her. You know, how they call out special prayers. You would be looking all nervous. Like,
so you running up there.
Straight up. And I just get it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's because of that's why that happened.
Yeah.
The way it is.
Man, this brother has fought the good fight for his son.
Oh, wow.
And I can't, hey son, you know what, I can't, it's a great thing to witness, man. I'm glad that I get a chance, some of the rest of us here, just to be a witness to the things you talked about in prison that are now manifested in truth. And even now in court, you have credibility. Well, you know what I mean? Come on. But you have credibility. Say credibility.
Credibility.
Credibility goes a long way. You know, so don't get tired of doing good. Somebody else jump in and give some feedback either to that or the reading in itself. Justin, what you got?
Which one?
I was clear. I was clear. Not speaking no foreign
I
language.
kind of give feedback on the kid thing. You know, when I was incarcerated, I had family court and they took my rights away and stuff like that. Said I didn't show up to court, but they never came and got me for Lionel. But so I had followed through with that and got that back like immediately when I got out. I did that because it's free 6 months after court, so I had to pay for it. But I had like a rocky bottom with my mother's child. You know what I'm saying? Because we just a little quick story. We had a one-night stand. We were at a party and I was seeing her 2 years later and a half, and she just come out of nowhere like, "You got a 2-year-old daughter." And at the time I wasn't a man at all. I was still a child fully. So we sat down. One of my things that helped me was before we even got to that court thing, I sat down and took her out to eat, and I got an understanding. That's just my big thing about relationships. Is you don't have to love each other or be there for one another, but you gotta have understanding, communication. That's the only thing I care about in a relationship. And right now, my daughter is like, "Mom, don't give me no problems." Like, just got that solid understanding. This need to be done, that need to be done. How was school? Dad, she threw something at somebody. You know what I'm saying? So we just try to stay active with our kid, because we both went half on that.
That's good. That's good. Man, give him some depth right there. And Justin's little girl is spitting ink. So, brother, that's a good story, man. You know, congratulations on that. Somebody else jump in.
Doug Fresh right here.
Go ahead, Doug.
If you determine to always one situation, what I take from this is that, you know, it's the insanity thing of doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I ask myself all the time, what am I learning in this situation? You know, I've been through over and over and over with my addiction.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I got nobody else to blame, and nobody's going to get me out of this but me. And the lessons I've learned is who I am today. You know, and I'm trying not to dwell on what I've done. And, you know, to me, what's done is done, and I gotta forgive myself. That's my biggest thing.
Wow.
You know, and the independence that I get for, you know, nobody else gonna be there but me and my family and Pop guys. But forgiveness is huge for me. Patience. You know, I look in the mirror every day, and I like a little bit more and more. You know, I still got my issues, but you know, it's who I am today, and it's just gonna build on the future.
Raise your hand if you still got issues. Give Doug some love right there. That was beautiful. Man, Doug, that was so beautiful, man. You're an amazing dude, man. Wow.
Thanks for her.
Yeah.
I want to say something about this brother here. I mean, I'm sorry that you have to go through this crap, but you know, it's a challenge for yourself. We see you if nobody else don't see you. The joy, I mean, if I would have took myself back then until now, I would be feeling like you feel, a proud dad. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go in that room and doing homework and your sons and them loving on you, you know, that's a beautiful thing. I was mine. I came home, my kids is bigger than me. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, just keep on, keep on. Serious. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. You just said a powerful thing, man. And I go to church every Sunday, so I know I need prayer. Work with me.
Yes, sir.
You know, so he know it.
Thank you, Lord.
Not y'all, he know it. You know what I'm saying? So, we all fall down, but we get back up, though, man. So, just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, that's good. Give him something. Give him something. Right. Give him something. Go ahead, son.
This whole thing hit me because it's like everything has been said and done by me. It may look different. There may be new people involved. It may even feel different, but it's not. The key is to recognize the lesson. Ask yourself, which I never asked myself, what am I learning from this lesson? Because there wasn't no lesson learned. It was one win. It always just landed me up in jail or in trouble. But now, since I went to jail this last time, I found peace within myself, and I come to realize that every situation, it is a way out. But if you really look at it, it's yourself fighting. When I look at it, it's me fighting myself. Because now, the word is true, because the flesh and the spirit is always balanced. And so now I'm so glad that I can build up my spirit where it's strong enough to fight my flesh, where I just won't think that violence is the alternative. I mean, it just solves everything, which it don't.
Wow.
So I learned the lesson of recognizing that it's an internal thing with me, myself, and I just have to stay strong and continue this fight that's within me.
That's good. And you're doing good. I think, I think this is a good time though for me just to bring up publicly that you know, Mike got some traveling papers. Give him a little hand. You know, you're going down to the Wendy, and you know,
Get study his rights. Watch yourself.
see what look. See what the brother said. I ain't say nothing, right? What the brother said,
You tell him right.
right?
Things happen.
I want to say to you, you know, we've been walking 7, 8 years. And you know what? You're a man of your word. I'm just letting you know I trust you because you have demonstrated over the period of years who you are. So with that understanding, I'm sharing this with you in love. You may be able to control Michael. Sometimes you can't manage, you know, the environment, right? And so to that extent, you know, I want you to have the best possible visit home that you can have.
That's right.
That keeps you protected, that keeps you safe, that puts you number one. I don't hear nobody. That puts you number one.
That's right.
So you traveling because you're trying to acknowledge the number oneness in somebody else. I just want you to think about that. And that's an important gesture. But if you don't put you number one, then the gesture is all for naught. Does that make sense? I'll stop right there. Anybody else want to share with Mike as he goes?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Mike, how you doing? It's been a long time, man. I'm glad to see you, bro. Anyway, when I read this paper, man, it mentioned lesson multiple times in this, right? And when he told me, man, you know, to break the term lesson down, it means to less on, to less what's on your plate, you know. So in the lesson was on our shoulder, right? So I say that because, you know, man, it took me a long time to even start to piece the lesson together at all. Because I was just running on what Angelo thinks.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So
That's good, Andy.
So the thing about this is, it ain't nothing new. The reason I come to this room is because 99.9% of the things that I have experienced in my life, whether it's been an abusive situation, whether it's been an addiction situation, whether it's been a homeless situation, whether it's been a domestic or somebody in this room understood that.
Right.
Right.
That's deep.
Somebody in this room.
That's right.
And that is the main reason, like, when I hear Pop say sometimes, man, staying connected, I have to always really think about who I am in any given situation. So when this thing talking about asking questions, for me, that on a day-to-day basis now, this is the most important question I ask myself. Because whatever environment I am, really, I'm taking my environment into somebody else's environment, and somebody else, and I have to realize that the determination to outwit one situation is to understand who I am in that environment.
Yes, that was well said, brother. And that was a word for you. At the end, you tied that all up. Man, that was good, boy. Wow. I should have recorded. I didn't realize he was gonna tie it up that good. You know what I mean? I knew it is recorded. Angela, that was good, man. That was good. That was a good word. Remembering who you are in every given situation.
Right, in everything.
That was word.
That was.
That was good, boy.
Yeah.
You know, this is a married man. I'll give a married man a big hand. We didn't get a chance, you know, and that's okay. You know what I mean? We didn't get a chance to set the broom out for him and his wife.
Right.
But we got the broom in the room.
All right.
And we didn't get a chance to set that broom out for you. But we got the broom jumping thing, right? And we know how to set it out over here. But we okay because you did what you had to do. And man, for myself, I know your wife, and I've talked with her, and she's a sharp lady. You guys make an excellent couple, and I couldn't be more happy for anybody than I am for you. Get a immense love. What does it feel like, Angelo, for you to be a married man, given that word you just dropped?
First of all, right? No, right, really, I have to say it like that. First of all, right? I do have to always ask myself that question too. Who am I in this situation, right? Because I mean, really though, I'm not used to waking up and have to be responsible for this person laying next to me.
All right.
I have to do that now, right? So she say something, I mean, she might be saying it out of concern or whatever. But if it don't register right, or what I'm used to, accustomed to, you know, which is really, okay, that's all I want to hear. If I ask you anything, if you don't say okay, we might have a problem. But she don't say okay all the time.
Takes you back on the situation.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
So she don't say okay all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I got flam ways, right? But you my wife.
Right.
Okay, so, and, you know, now she want to put out the dictionary and show me what wife is.
Right.
It's a helpmate, don't mean I do it for you, you know. So, you know, okay, I mean, but I have to remember.
Somebody pull it up on the phone. Pull it up and see what wife says. Somebody hurry up and do it. Keep talking, I'm sorry.
So you know, she reminds me that, hey, you know, we both play a role in this.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, and it's cool. But I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
Man.
That's what I
And the best thing about it is, I know in order for it to work, I do have to make this commitment, and I have to make this. I have to put forth an honest effort.
Yes, sir.
You know, I have to put forth an honest effort
Yes, sir.
to make this work.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Wow. Who got somebody want to give him some feedback though? Go ahead. You just dying to do it. I go ahead and do it.
Angelo.
I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. I'm just gonna look in your direction.
Hey, Angelo.
There you go.
It's a process, really. You know what I mean? It's like everything else is a process, you know. When they say you can get past the 7 years together, you're over the hump, right? In that 7 years, you go through a lot of things, trying to learn each other, space for each other, what's healthy conflict, what's not. You know, how you really feel, you know. What you say about the marriage, that's a good thing, it's a blessing. You know. A man finds a wife, or wife finds a man, it's a blessing for both of them. But there's a curse if you don't treat it right. You know what I mean? I've been cursed and I've been struck several times because I was off doing things I wasn't supposed to do. And in the marriage, you know what I mean? Because God joined us, and I went against that, you know what I mean? So all them type of actions can cause destruction on not just you, but other people, and ripple effect keep going, right? But what I want to say to you is it's a good look on you because you can't afford to be with nobody that's going to be a yes man or yeah, Angelo, do what you want, baby, and I got you and all that. That's not who you are. Everybody in this room needs some control, some accountability. Somebody that's going to step up and say no. You know, as a man, we hate to hear no.
Right.
We do all kinds of things not to hear no, but no is good. When you grow up and you mature, you know what I mean, no is good. You know what I mean? And you start paying bills. You know what I mean? When you start getting money, I'm just saying, I mean, we all, some people in this room that wasn't paying bills.
That's right. Come on
I'm
now.
just treating them with right. Someone just didn't pay nobody nothing, right?
Tell the truth.
Right. I'm just saying, you know, once you get that situation, though, you're man, you have the responsibility. Come on in. So, that's a good thing for you. And I want to say one last thing, too. To Mike, I was glad to see that you walked into the room with a second chance and was talking to Marvin when I came in there to pick up DeAndre.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was, hey man, that did my heart good to see you in there, man, making amends to him, you know what I mean? Because he thought you was going to come in there with some others drag, right? And it made me feel good, man, you know what I mean? When I started thinking about that, there's certain characteristics a pop guy has to carry. Everybody can't be a pop guy or a pop woman, right? Because they don't have attributes. They have it, but they haven't tapped into it.
Ooh, that's so good. That's
Right?
so good.
But when I seen you in there, that made me proud.
That's so good.
You know what I mean? That really made me smile for the smile on my face. And I thought about that riding home. It just made me smile in traffic. You know what I mean? Because you showed what that meant, man. You made progress. You're there. And finally, my last word is this. All of our steps is ordered by God. We're divinely blessed. He already gave us a mission. Now we fight it, we struggle not to do what he told us to do. To be who he told us to be. That's why we have these problems.
Wow.
But you're always protected if you're doing the right thing. Your heart and your action are concurrent, you're together. So, I mean, remember that, like you said, Angela said it best, man. You know what I mean? Who I am in all situations. Because God is like, you're a child of God in every situation. You know, trouble came to make you strong.
You know, one thing to that what you said, is one thing that I always preach, and Angelo, you know this too. If you don't change people, places, and things, you'll never make it.
Right.
And to me, when I go home, it's a lot of people and places I'm not going, and people I don't want to see. Because a lot of things I don't
You're a new
forget,
creature.
forgive.
You already said the Bible told you you're a new creature. Now if you're the old person, you can go there and you can hang at the club and all that, right?
See my sisters, my kids, and it's time to go. I gotta get back here
That's
to work
right.
one day.
That's good. Give him some love right there. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to go with this little part here. It says,
What part you want to go with?
let me get my eyes focused.
Get the mind, so we don't drag out the way.
That's the thing. Okay, here you go. You know, I'm getting old, y'all.
Take your time, Tom. We got some time to do everything.
Okay, here you go. Everything has been said or done by you. And this thing stick in there for me because some of the things, even the things that they were saying, like you with the going through the child thing, with the all that, I had to go down south. I got a chance to meet my baby that I haven't seen since she was like 9 months old. And now she 11. And so me and her communicating. She loving me. Even sometimes, you know, I call her, she'll be like, Dad, why you call me so late? Because her and the old lady done got a set thing where at 8 o'clock they in.
Yeah, right.
You know, so she'll let me know that, Dad, I love you, but it's late. You call it.
It's late, man.
So, and that reflect me back to you with your kids, man. And even Doug, you know, I can reflect on that, Doug, because I've been there. I've done that, you know. And now I have to realize that everything changed, you know, and that's with me. Even with you, bro, when you take this trip. Pop and them know, they helped me went down there to Louisiana. And some things may happen when you get there. You know, I had lost my aunt and everything. But, you know, it was a reason for me to be there at that time. So some things you may go through, when you get there. But remember, you the power, because this power right here. And everybody here know one thing. That brother going and he coming. You know, he making it back, you know. And Elangelo, well, you know, I reflect on you too, brother. Even though my wife gone back to the world, I pray for her, you know. Even with your relationship now, you got to keep that prayer in with her. You know, y'all pray together, y'all stay together. That's what they say. This family pray together, they stay together. So with your old lady, bro, now that you got one,
With his wife.
well, you know how we said. I said it wrong, but at the same time, I don't ever. My wife just gone for a minute, so I, you know. But at the same time, bro, just remember one thing: when she tell you no, take that at heart and let it go. Because some things we do as men that say, "Oh no, we're the man. We supposed to do this." No, it's her equal with you. You know, and for me, man, I'm going through some stuff, but you know, a lot of this stuff right here reflects on me.
Yeah.
And by me being able to come back to this group and hang around here and be here, man, my whole life changed. I don't do the same things I used to do no more. Some people may be mad at me, but that's on them. They want to see the clown I used to be, because I was a clown out there, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Doing anything, everything, making somebody think I'm somebody when I wasn't nobody.
Yes, sir.
But I found who I am today.
Right.
I'm a man of God, and he's changing me.
Yes, sir.
You know, I asked him to break off the little hinges on me, you know what I mean? Because we all got them.
Listen to the
At
preacher.
the same time, I quit smoking since the first of the year, man.
Give us some love.
Them cigarettes stink so bad, I be like, well, that's what I was doing. But you know, we all got to get through it so we can go through it, you know. And now, I'm a better man being able to know that, okay, I got principles that I can take care of myself. I can break off. So, you know, with everybody in here, man, we're going to go through something, but we can get to it. I just wanted to, you know, reflect on them, brother, because I've been there.
That's good. Miss Lolita, what you got, though? We need to get you to, you know, to shake this thing up a little bit.
I really don't even have a lot, you know. I can just reflect on, I want to congratulate you, man. You have a wonderful queen. She's a wonderful queen. When I have events, she comes and she supports me in my events. I appreciate that. I love y'all together. And the best is yet to come.
Wow.
As a woman, I can just interject that love your wife, like the Bible says. You know, sometimes you go on a roller coaster ride, and in a marriage, it goes up and down and up and down and up and down. Just keep the seatbelt fastened so you don't fall out.
Seatbelts in your vehicle. Keep going, you done?
I can talk.
This man going down to Chicago to see his baby mama, and what you got to say about that?
He's going to see his baby's mama. Sometimes baby mama brings baby mama drama. So because his mind is correct, and he's a pop guy, his head is on straight,
That's good.
he's going to go and have some good Chicago food. See, we all know about that Chicago food. So he's going to go and enjoy himself. And he's that kind of man. And we will be here to welcome you with loving arms. Come on home.
That's good. I'm going to jump back in, and then I'm looking for somebody else. We just keep it going. And then, you know, we got our pop son and his queen who is running for city council in St. Paul.
Yes.
Sister Anika Bowie, she's here. Give her
That's
a
right.
We gonna hear from her in a minute, you know what I mean? And I know they may have something else going on, so, you know, this and that, but just be patient with us, because we're gonna try to get to you. But I want to just share this. For me, you know, like some of you, I spent a long time, too much time. I was reflecting in these last weeks and months. I have been spending a lot of time in court. And I realized that the attorneys are no smarter than me. And in some cases, but what happened though, Justin, I stayed in the street too long. And you can think, because you know how you think sometimes this party ain't gonna never end. And I'm the life of it.
Okay.
Yeah. We used to say, you know, it's gonna be groovy goofing and crazy wailing when I get in. But then you know what? I stayed a little too long. And it dawns on me, hey son, you all right? Good to see you. It dawns on me, sit right there for a minute. Oh, Donald's right there. Sit right here, come on. It dawns on me, well, what does that mean? Tia, what does it mean to stay too long?
Slipping in the dark.
What does it mean, right?
Yeah.
To not know when the party,
It's over.
huh? Wait a minute, I'm going someplace. But watch this, Terrence. So my change, was so abrupt. Some of y'all have come gradually out, and maybe POP has something to do with that, and I'm grateful for that as an opportunity, but it didn't happen for me like that. I just came out in a day and stayed out.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no time to prepare my public for an abrupt change.
Yes, yes. I hear you.
Preach.
So these are you little ones who don't understand. Right? So I got a little reputation right now. Well, I had a reputation then too, but for something else.
Nice, positive.
And so I'm gonna tell you. So when this is the Lord will change me in a day.
Amen.
Took drugs and alcohol completely out of my mouth, made me completely immune to taking other people's money. I'll wait for all the amens. Yeah.
We was always wanting.
But watch this though. But watch this, and here's my point. From that day to this day, I realize now as my career has gone on and I've been able to accomplish some things in an adult, responsible, respectful world, I realize had I just got 5 more years, Will, if I could have came out 5 years sooner, you get it? And as you mature, you start to think about, it doesn't, I wasn't asking myself the question was presenting itself to me. And then I have to just deal with the question. Right. Here's my point. Some people, Philip, I had some girlfriends and some guy friends, right, who they knew me only one way. And we was good. But then, in one day, I was another way. And they didn't know me no more. I didn't talk the same or none of that. None of it. Let me drill down. Am I making sense to anybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me drill down. And so, in some cases, I had some girlfriends who we ran around the country together. And they was jugging at me, saying, man, what's wrong with you?
Right.
You got soft, they say. They tell me that.
What's going on? I said, hey, everything's good.
That's right.
I'm doing something different. And they wasn't trying to really hear that. My point is that sometimes when progress has been made by one, I wish Donna was sitting here right now, right? Sometimes when progress is made by one, but not by the other, you are suddenly unevenly yoked.
Oh, yeah.
Even though once upon a time you all were yoked up. But you have become now unevenly yoked. And watch this carefully. If you stay too long with anyone that you're unevenly yoked with,
Watch out now.
it'll be like going to the barber shop. Eventually, you're going to get up. I don't hear you loud enough. I don't hear you loud enough. Right. And on that note, I want you to think about the fight that you was in to regain your own true self.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't talking about your baby's mama, but any barracuda. Right? Any who is not what?
Equally.
I can't hear nobody.
Yo.
That can be a detriment. I'm talking to everybody in this church,
That's right.
right? So this is your mindfulness. You know, you could even be married and be unevenly yoked.
Watch out now.
Right.
And it's gonna be, you know, I'm talking to my son Ananias back here. Uh-oh.
Look, do you know you're talking to me too?
Yeah.
Look, we go right to
We
the
all in church. We all in church today.
But Ananias, Chicago boy, 18 or 19 years in, right? Oh, did I short you a year?
Yeah, you showed me like 4.
I'm,
I'm, I'm 24 years in.
Give me get my math
Yeah.
correct then. But man, you fought a long time, son.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And some of us who fought with you, we know, man, that you fought an amazing fight, brother. I mean, your walk was amazing, man. Not only did you change your life, but you changed the lives of many others who were around you witnessing it.
That's right.
But now here we are on today.
Yeah.
And in some cases in our home, say the home.
Home.
The harmony that we want to be there, the affection that we need to be there, sometimes it's not there.
That's right.
It's not a mean thing, ain't nobody hating, but it could be detrimental to your progress if you remain in a situation like that too long.
Yeah.
That unevenly yokedness will always cause you to get your hair cut quicker than it will cause the other person to change. I'm just telling the truth right here. I'm just telling the truth. The other person might never change. But the responsibility for that inability to change will be on you. What you got to say to that, son?
Oh, I hear you 100%, Pop. That's how come I didn't miss no words when I spoke about 2 weeks ago about, you know, how people get to looking at you crazy, you know what I mean? And they try to make it seem like you crazy. I know I ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got 24 years experience of me.
Wow.
Loving me.
You know what I'm saying? I know me. So all that stuff that you may be suggesting about me, I don't know what you're seeing or what you're hearing, but it ain't me. You know what I mean?
That's real. That's real.
Wow.
So, son, what you gonna do about it?
Oh, probably. I'm right now. I am making sure that I have no ties where either I have to come back when I'm out the door.
Yes, sir. I want everybody to just listen now very carefully. You can't be thinking everything is a game. Now, there's some, you know, all of us in here, man, we love you. I love you. Can't be with you all the time, but I'm concerned, you know.
I understand.
You get what I mean?
Oh, I understand, Pop. I mean, listen, I'm gonna let you guys know I got my head screwed on tight. You know what I mean? If anything push comes to shove, I got enough money, man. I will go to a
Come on, right here. Come on now.
I'm not a loud person. I'm not an angry person. So ain't none of that gonna be jumping off. I will just politely just get up, put some clothes on, and be gone.
50 ways. 50 ways.
50 of them. Not 50 of them.
Huh? Just get out the bag, Jack.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got to be 50 ways. And this is important for us to talk about this.
Wow.
Right? One second. Eric, what you got? Come on.
Sometimes you just gotta reflect.
Wow. Yeah.
Just give me a sentence. You got a room? What you got? Did you?
A sentence
Uh-huh.
I can relate to. You know, especially when it comes to these relationships, man, where you think it's something, you want it to be good, but you realize there's something in here that ain't right, that may not even or you may think that it's not them, because you try to, I try to internalize, and this is in my first marriage, me and my wife knew each other all our life. But when I got out of prison, things were different.
Right.
But I tried anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I tried anyway.
Yeah.
But what was coming out of me was bad, and it wasn't, and I was like, why am I feeling like this?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to ask myself,
Yes.
what am I learning from this situation?
Yeah.
That's good.
What's really
Been there
going
before.
on? What's really going on? It ain't supposed to be like this. I should be a man that take care of man, want to take care of his family and wants it to work and everything. But what was coming out of me was gonna be, it was oozing out into them that wasn't healthy. And then I had to look at myself and say, I'm not with this. And I had to man up to be able to say that, because I didn't want it like that. But we weren't evenly yoked, and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it for a while. And then I did, I was like, if I started looking back, I started realizing when I got out of prison, I stayed with my mom. I did not go back home. You know, trying to get, just get it. So,
Yeah.
but now I'm good.
You good?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And
You
you know,
good?
I'm good. I'm real good.
That's right.
Nothing new in
Give him a
life.
hand, you all right?
Nothing is new in life.
Yeah, that's good. Wow, that's good. That's good feedback.
I got something.
Hold on, son. Hold on, son. Go ahead. You coming back? You gotta go?
I'm a woman, and I've been to the penitentiary 3 times. And the last time I went on mine, they shipped me on my
It's too loud.
50.
Too loud.
58th birthday. I drove in there, 58. It was my birthday. That was my prison for the last time. I'm 58 years old up in there with all these youngsters. You know, they're calling me Mama Red. You know, and but this time I had in prison. I made up my mind I was going to change, but the Lord sent my brother to me, because when I got out of there, I was going to be in Las Vegas with no mom, because my mom passed, and nobody, and the only people I knew were dope dealers, hoes, pimps, and knuckleheads, you know? And
Does anybody know any of them?
and I was expiring, so, you know, I didn't have no paper to do nothing. So what was gonna ultimately happen is I was gonna get out and go back to the streets. But the Lord sent my brother and said, you got somewhere to parole to.
Amen.
And I came home.
Yeah.
And I've been doing good ever since.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
My goodness. Hey, Will, what you got, man?
I was like Eric. I was reflective, but okay. So many of you guys might not know, but I brought my brother up here. He's right there, Jacoby. That's my young brother. He was in Chicago. Last time I went up there, I got him. Got him. Yeah, and it was a long time trying to get him. Long time, but he's here now, and I'm really happy about that. And and we talk all the time, and I told him that the second half of his life is going to be better than the first half.
Amen.
Right on.
And if we walk this thing out together, then that's a guarantee.
That's right. Man, that's powerful.
I was with my son the other night. I'm out late, and it just because of him, I didn't go over there late, but you know, we talking in the car, you know, and I'm out late. And you know, and I was thinking, you know, I know say experience is the best teacher, but you know, I went through a lot of painful experiences, and one of the reasons why we share them with each other in hopes that we don't have to always have to go through them.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And you know,
What you did?
so what, Pops?
No, I'm good.
And
So really,
what's up, bro? And you know, I realized that you know, with him, that you know, some experiences he's going to have to go through. I get it why we say it's the best teacher, because when we go through them, we bear witness to the truth that they are.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's no more what we believe now because we went through it, we know, right? So it's the best teacher, and I get that. But I'm hoping that, you know, my life can help be a testament for my baby brother over there. We had same upbringing. I was out in front. Some things I went through, he have not yet. And it's my hope that he don't have to.
Right.
Amen.
Amen. Well, to that point, I'm just going to, let's just say, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many years you got in?
24.
24.
Somebody add that up.
48.
17.
Somebody add that up.
26.
26 and 48. 74.
So let's just say it's 70. That, you know, whatever.
74.
The point, 74. That's enough years in here for everybody. Now, we didn't count everybody, because we
Right.
run it up into the 200s, but we just gonna leave it at that. The point really is, you know, we don't really need to be giving back no more days, right? So, Justin, where you gotta go, son?
I gotta go see my daughter for like an hour. 7:30.
But you know, you can see, I love it, you know, that you're doing that, but on Tuesday night, I need you to be in group the whole time. That was real, that was so good. And then, Mike, you had something behind you.
I understand everything that you were saying. I'm just so grateful. Like my baby mama did the whole 8 years with me, and we strictly friends. So I feel that she came to see me last weekend, so I can go see her. But I understand what you're saying about equally yoked. Because I killed 2 marriages. I've been married twice, and I had to come and find out it was me. You know, I'm studying looking at her, but all the time it was me. I love the streets better than I love to go for them.
Right.
And like the Queen was saying back there, it's one thing that I never could understand. The Bible said love her. You ain't gonna never understand her, so stop trying to understand her. You just got to love her. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it was equally yoked. So if I ever do that again, I'm gonna make sure everything right. And I'm glad that I'm in the right set of mind because I destroyed them 2 women lives.
Wow.
You know, they really loved me and I really destroyed them.
This,
You know?
this stuff right there. Just think about that thing. Because many of us have also done that. You know, it's wise of us to reflect back sometimes on our own behavior. That's good. Well, you good?
Yeah,
Let's give Mike some love right there. There's some more chairs. Wayne, them get some more chairs. So you gotta take your hat off, son. You know what though? What we want to do is, you know, we got Sister Nika here and Brother Eli. Man, these guys have been making so much noise.
Yes, they have.
And it's
Yeah.
really, come on in. Just come on in. Just bring a chair. Come on in and make yourself at home. And you know, it's all good. And Wayne, is there some more chairs? So slide it over the best you can. Y'all slide back toward the wall. And slide down, you know, move down so people can get in here in this space. Yeah, bring that chair on in. And so, you know, I want Eli to kind of maybe start us off, and then we're going to pass to Sister Nika and let her kind of share a little bit about her aspiration and what she's doing on behalf of all of us. But I just want to say to everybody here that I see Pop Guys right now in so many different leadership roles. You guys are taking leadership all throughout the community. It's very humbling to my wife and I to be a witness to it. And it ain't over. We're just getting started and we already in these positions. You know what I mean? It's amazing to me. Eliza, I met Eliza in Faribault, I believe it was. And somebody else told me about Pop. I don't know how he got there. But, you know, he was a bright light even when he came to the class. I could just feel his energy, you know, and there was an intellect there that I loved. I can remember that, and I think, Will, you remember this, we had interjected the play Macbeth into our classroom structure. And we had men literally reciting verbatim, you know, Macbeth, you know, and Terrence was involved. I mean, you know, it was an amazing time for us, a great time of learning. There was the intellectual property that was resident inside of that classroom at that time was astronomical, so much so that we could bring Macbeth into the penitentiary and make it work and have all the guards taking time off and teachers coming in to see, what are y'all doing up in here? Right? And, you know, Elijah played, you know, a center role in that. And he has come home with an up and down start like we're talking about. Slightly hard head. I said that. I'm saying that, right? But you know, but he adapted. He was pliable. It was hard though, but he's pliable, and in that has situated himself, and I think in a way that's going to be beneficial. Not just for himself, but for all of us, advocating for the restoration of the vote for ex-offenders all across the state of Minnesota. He is on the forefront of being a representative for those people who cannot represent themselves.
That's right.
And so, you know, when I get there, and so when I think of this small time he's been home, like a couple years here, it is the progress has been astronomical, and he has found in Anika a union that we all love it. We just telling you the truth, and I hate to put, you know, don't let that be pressure, let it be love and, you know, joy, that we all love it because it seems so evenly yoked, you know. And you know, and God has got to be involved.
That's right.
You get it? So having said that, I want to bring first Eliza, and then allow Eliza to bring Anika. And so the voice that you hear following Eliza Darius Esquire. will be the voice of the next St. Paul DFL City.
That's right.
That's
right. That's
right. You know, sitting in here, listening to, you know, what I'm hearing tonight, you know, it rockets me back to, you know, the night that I remember it vividly when, you know, in pure, you know, dejection, I had to have Pop pull up to my South Side residence, you know, and I fought valiantly. I even left and came back, you know, but the uneven yokeness of it all just literally threatened to like pull everything down. And so Pops was like consistently Pops, Willie, like every mentor in my life, Dr. Josie Johnson, like, I mean, consistently saying the same things, but I just did not, you know, and then so you say that, you know, when you got that uneven yokeness, you know, which could really like pull and drag and destroy and erupt. And so, you know, I just found myself in a situation where I just had to admit that, you know, despite my best intentions and even her best intentions, the situation it was just too toxic, and I had to just break down. It's a difficult thing to make that call to Pops. I'm not gonna lie, you know, because like, I mean, that means that that's it. That's over with. That means that that door closes at that point. And it was a really difficult call, but I tell you what, Pops was there in, I don't even know, 13 minutes. It was some white guy was sitting in the passenger seat. That means they must have been right in the middle of dinner or something. I don't even know, right? He was a pastor from some other state. So that means that they must have just immediately jumped in the car, said, "Let's go." And you know, and it hurt though. You know, as I'm packing what I could pack, he said, "Leave the rest. Let's just go now." So you know, I came back and got the rest eventually, but it hurt packing in. I'm not gonna lie. I came into the room and I was really stunned. You know, it's a beautiful room, beautiful house. It's Pop too, so I mean, it's a beautiful house, like a beautiful house. You know, but I was stunned, and I didn't know where things would really go from there. You know, it was a very, very difficult moment in my life. Well, Pops had been there for multiple difficult moments in my life, and honestly, I didn't know what road I was going to take after that. And I appreciate the support because that Tuesday I came in and y'all gave it to me. I was already beat down. Gave it to me.
Wow.
And you know, because I had so many opportunities to just like really listen to what was being told to me. I was told, you know, when you come home, don't go straight home and live with the woman. Try to get your own first, one, so that she can really see you established, right, and know that like you can really stand firm. I didn't listen to that. I ain't listen to almost nothing that was said because I really wanted to walk this thing out a certain kind of way. And it wasn't until I began to get into alignment that all of a sudden everything changed. And when I mean everything, I mean everything. I didn't even want to drive.
Right.
I mean, I was like, I'm not even going to drive, right? Willie S. gave me the car. Pops gave me the house, right? And so all of a sudden, when I finally said, let me just get out of my way and just start doing some of these things the way that other people are telling me to do it, despite how difficult it was, and despite the fact that I had to basically publicly admit, like, this is a failure. Publicly, this is a public failure. And then all of a sudden, like, the alignment comes. And so then with the alignment coming, all of a sudden the blessings come. You know, so now I'm asking Pops, hey, Pops, I heard, you know, they said something about this Josie Johnson Fellowship. I think I want to do it. I think I want to try it. Man, we're doing it, right? All of a sudden now, you know, I've had a little bit of experience in the political world, but now I get an opportunity to be Nikema Levy Pounds' field director. Boom, we own it. The platform elevates. All of a sudden, I find myself feeling a little healthier and you know, really trying to make connections in areas and in places and in ways that was a little uncomfortable for me, but you know what? I had been there before. I've been uncomfortable before, and it turned out to be all right. Mm-hmm. And so discomfort didn't bother me that much at this point, still stepping in them spaces. Then all of a sudden, I have an opportunity while making moves and while making connections and trying to make things happen to cross paths with a colleague, you know, who I thoroughly respected. This particular person, everyone, and I mean across the board, everyone, like when they got something going on, they want to reach in and just like pull this particular colleague in because they know that the work product is going to be phenomenal. Wow. And I remember when I was Nikima's field director, I connected with her and I said, can you design a flyer for us for this birthday party of Nikima's? They didn't say I was going to give you no money, right? And I hit you with a hard deadline. I said, this is when we need this thing to be done. Can you get it done for us? Bam, like 2 days later, we got like 3 prototypes, right? And so I already knew the quality and the scope of who I was dealing with. But I wasn't thinking about her in this particular manner at that time. It was professional. But then I knew that, I said to myself, anytime that I'm doing something on a professional level, I'm gonna want to pull her in. Yeah. Because she gets things done at like really high levels, no excuses, no complaining, no none of that stuff. And so ultimately, as the alignment just continued, and I thought to myself, okay, I really like this person. I mean, I really like this person. And I was nervous. Now, I ain't say nothing to her for a while. I said something to you. I said something to Willie. I said something to Bishop Howe. We had all been having conversations for probably a month before I said something to her. And it was the best decision I ever made.
All right.
And I feel a level of accountability. I feel like there's a ring of accountability around me because so many people have heard me say, man, I really, really, really like this woman. Right? It might be 5 or 6 more, right? And now here I am, just to conclude, and now here I am with an opportunity based off of the experience that I've been able to acquire over the past few years. ACLU's field director, Nikima's field director, working in field ops here and there, doing Paul Wellstone trainings. All of a sudden now I have an opportunity to this person who now I don't really like this person. I really love this person. Right? I've seen her work, I've seen her operate, I've seen her heart, right? And so now I have an opportunity as her deputy campaign manager. She wouldn't let me be the campaign manager. Some space. She said she wanted some space. We gave her the space. We got us a dope campaign. So our campaign manager is Angela Connolly's old campaign manager. And so now I have an opportunity, Pops, to help this phenomenal person. Not just be ours, because like we've had her, we've been really selfish with like she's been NAACP vice president, all that. We've been like really blessed to have her in these spaces. But now we can elevate her to a level in which now we can have a much larger platform and more people can just experience, for lack of a better word, the dopeness. And so with that, y'all already know her, but like I want to give her an opportunity to just frame this up.
Wow.
I'm voting. Yeah, right. And to speak.
You gonna follow that.
Right.
I told the phone bank we gonna be here. They waiting. I said, look, we gonna be here. I just want to turn it over to Anika right now, and it's my honor.
I'm speechless. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed because when I answered the call to actually step forward and run, it was the most vulnerable thing you could ever do. Your entire life, everything is critiqued. But I know some people around this room know how that feels. it's a blessing because when I decided to get out of the shadows, off the sidelines, elevate in my excellence, elevate in my greatness, I'm so thankful that I have y'all backing me. So thankful to have a soldier like Eli on my side. And so I'm a St. Paul girl, born and raised. And when I have the honor and privilege to be on both sides of the river, because I think when you walk in greatness and truth, you can be anywhere and people are going to mutually respect that truth. That's what it's about. That's why I'm able to be in this space, because I've been through some things, I've seen some things, and I know what it takes to have backbone. I know what it takes as a black woman to stand up for yourself and advocate for your people, advocate for people who aren't your people, but you know, the human people. I decided to run because I really wanted to restore what was lost. I believe that the people who represent us should actually have the best teaching, which is experience. And one of the critiques, once I decided to run, was, well, you're young, you're not experienced. But everything that I advocate for, when we talk about stable housing, how about somebody who actually have lived homeless, still was able to survive, still able to graduate, go to Hamlin University, and was able to really secure my mom, my entire family with housing.
All right.
Somebody who have actually been through that will have a greater value in what talks about when we talk about housing. Not these catchphrases like affordable housing because we want developers to come in, but no, real housing for those who actually need it.
That's right.
When we talk about jobs and access is the word. When we talk about access, how about knowing someone who actually helped, not my dad, not only my uncle, but even young people who have had a criminal record get access to jobs. Like, you know, go around the red tape and actually talk to folks. Be willing to walk into businesses and advocate on behalf of young people, of people with criminal records, on why they should hire this person. Who can have direct access, not just, you know, city ordinance, not just policies that's going to take forever, but really cutting through the grind. And that's why I'm running. Also, when we talk about equity, equity is a word that a lot of people like to use. And in St. Paul, there has been a harm that's been done. The city has not yet resolved the destruction of Rondo and I-94. There's hundreds and thousands of people who have been displaced to this day and have nowhere to call home. When we talk about equity, we also need to address the predatory lending that has went on in St. Paul, where hundreds of people during the foreclosure days was displaced out their homes, and how the city had collaboration with that. We need somebody to just speak truth and speak real and have loyalty. And that's the biggest question today. Is like, well, how can we trust you? Because we've seen time and time again, people campaign, they get in office, and they switch up. What's the switch up? I tell folks, well, I don't have that luxury because I live in the ward where my family is. So if you ain't gonna come and check me, I know my aunt's gonna check me, I know my community pillars are gonna check me, I know everybody's gonna check me, and I ain't gonna be checked. I'm gonna check somebody who's gonna try to get me off my base.
And you got some backup too.
Right. And another big question that has been asked, me and Eli have experienced it all already. It's only been 1 month. And the big question is, do you have military experience? Are you ready for war? You have took on so much. Are you really ready for this? As if they don't know who I am. And even in this place, it's like such a learning experience because I think I've been humbled for so long. I've been so nice for so long. I've been so gracious and graceful. And I'm going to still be merciful for so long. But it's really, really important that people aren't fooled. That I am a warrior. I have fought many battles and going to continue fighting many battles. And I got an army of people behind me.
That's right.
And that the people who have, even for me getting this far, don't even know how much I had to go through. I was not supposed to make it. When my dad had went to prison and my family was homeless, I had to make a choice. Am I going to commit to a greater calling? Am I going to commit to a greater purpose? Or am I going to just do what's easy and what's around? Because yes, I've been to the parties. I've done my things. I've had my relationships that was toxic. I had my temptations. I had my lustful experiences, all that. And I still live with that. But I knew that God had a bigger calling on me. When you step into that, you gotta fight for that. And even with this stepping into, have the audacity to become the St. Paul City Council for Ward 1, I gotta fight for it.
That's right.
Because there's so many people who's thinking it's not my time. It's like, no, it's beyond my time. And this is just the beginning of my time. This is the beginning of the time for St. Paul, because the people who's there, who's born and raised, the people who are coming there need to understand that there needs to be a voice at the table that really has shown and proven their loyalty to the community. There needs to be a voice at the table who has shown and proven that they are able to go the extra mile to meet the people where they're at. I've been in the classrooms. Even when I came, after I graduated from Hamlin, I could have easily had some job. I could have easily used that private college degree and made something out of myself. But I decided to come back and teach my people the knowledge that y'all do not want to fall into these traps.
Yes, right.
I came and I went into the university, I saw the light, I saw the lay of the land, and I realized, you know what, we've been tricked.
All day, all night.
We've been hoodwinked. Don't fall in these traps, that there's access granted. There's rooms, there's so many people who's hoarding opportunities that's supposed to be for us.
Yes.
And it's our job for those who have access to those spaces come back and unlock that for those.
Oh, Queen.
And that is why, even with Willie saying he's going back to get his brother,
Yes.
this is a race for me to move forward so I can come back and bring people with me.
That's right.
That's what that's about.
This is her campaign literature, and I don't know if y'all have any more of it. But the part of what I was telling Eli about this is that it pops.
Yeah.
And so this sunshine right here, that's you. This little symbol. Because you know that's what you bring in.
That's right.
That light. Say the light. The light. Say it again.
The light.
Yeah. The light is synonymous with the word knowledge. If we turn off the light, you fall into ignorance. You're unable to find even the things that are right in front of you because you can't see them. That's ignorance. When you turn on the light, say the light.
The light.
The light is knowledge, right? Health and healing to all the people who find it. And so what we want to do, and you know, let me just say, we're not against nobody.
Right.
But we for somebody, you know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Maybe now it might be her turn. Somebody else they had a turn. Amen for that. You know, now somebody else is you have to pass the baton in a way that's good and lovely. You know, two things. She is going to be. I think we're gonna have a lit drop coming up.
So this Saturday at noon, we definitely want as many pop guys to come out as possible. I tasked our field director to create a lit drop specifically for us. Only thing we're gonna do is just go through and just drop and lit, drop. So we're gonna try to blanket Ward 1 with as much lit. And so this coming up Saturday, we're gonna meet at Golden Time Cafe, and at noon. So try to get there at about 11:45. We're gonna do a brief training. We really don't even gotta do a training. Really just pick up the lip because it's just like this. Our field director is gonna have specific areas for us to go to. We're gonna pass it all out, and it's like.
Yeah, I'm in. And so where we're gonna run the van, take a 16-passenger van. We'll run it from here. Probably we won't leave until noon, so we might get there about 12:20.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? But anybody that wants to go and ride in the van, you can either meet us here or follow in behind us, because then when we get out on a route, we can break off and do our routes and this and that, just like we normally do. But we're gonna commit to making this thing a reality. So if you got a minute, it's gonna take you a couple hours, to get out there and
We're gonna have hot chocolate and all of that.
Yeah, put your rain gear on, because we're gonna go out there and hit Ward 1 real hard. I'm excited. It's exciting for me.
Let me say this.
Go ahead,
We always talk about how we don't have anybody out there, who represent us, who don't care about us, right? Now we have someone who we care about,
That's
right? So now the question is, right, how much are we willing to commit our time to uplift somebody who's trying to uplift us? Okay? All right? Anika, you're a fighter, but you ain't fighting by yourself.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you something. Some of us hit real hard too. You know what I'm saying? So you need to know that. You need to know that. So I'm gonna be there. Hey, listen, I'm just putting it out there, bro. So, hey, Pancho over here.
Hey, look what I'm gonna say right here. And I agree with Will. You know what I mean? We are awfully powerful, but now we got to show it.
That's
so
right.
Watch this here. Now, one of the things about these campaigns is, you got to have some money. And so, just tonight, because this is so special, I just want you to reach in your pocket. I don't care if it's 5, 10, 20, 50, whatever you got that you can contribute to the campaign. We're gonna pass the plate, and I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna start out. Hold on, Will. I'm gonna start out with up here. I'm putting in 3, and y'all back me. Come on, somebody pass it.
Wow. Also, Darius, would you talk about the Cash App, the other ways that we can help to fund you guys and finance the campaign?
So Willie X yelled at me for a good 20 minutes when I was in the airport in California.
That's right.
He wanted more ways to donate.
That's right.
And so
bring you into the new age.
and so
Will has got the latest in video streaming. He's a bad He's a bad man.
So, but we did have it though. We had it. We had it ready. So you could cash.
Cash App is the cash sign Anika for Ward 1.
So you could Cash App Anika for Ward 1, and also
the PayPal. Crowd Pack.
And then, or you can go to crowdpack.com.
Anika for Ward 1.
And then Google Anika, and then it's going to come up.
Look here. This is what we're going to show you now. I didn't hear all of that. We was up here preoccupied.
That's what I put up here?
Phil, you got something?
I was asking. I'll just leave it.
Give us the money, Phil.
Give us the money.
So look right here. Look, we're not going in the back room. We ain't gonna double count it. Ain't nobody gonna put a hit or a 1 on it. We giving you the money right here, and let her go ahead and do what you want to do. Playing, I ain't. So we're gonna run the van, Wayne, here at noon. Meet us here at noon. Be on time because we're gonna move it out.
Saturday?
This Saturday
Yeah,
coming.
this coming up Saturday. And I tell you, Pops, this is a really, really important door knock. And that's why I reserved this one, because we're not going to tap POP too many times. This one is the day before caucus. It's a big door knock, and we want to hit it.
Right.
And so because we want to hit it, we need the brothers to show up and show out.
So what that means is we want her name to be top of the mind. So when the voter, gets ready to go out, he or she is acclimated with who Anika Bowie is.
Right.
I see that this is a popping piece of lit right here. I love it.
Right.
And so we're excited for you all in this. We're in this together. And the many accomplishments that recently we have been making politically, these kinds of accomplishments are causing the question about the restoration of voting rights and other things. No prison for technical violations. All of these things are being driven by some new voices and some new thinkers who are pushing these agendas forward. And ultimately, somebody who we don't know is going to benefit from us, because none of us here are going to commit no technical violation. Ain't that right, TP?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Seriously now, that's real. That's no technical violence.
Yes, sir.
My mind is on the prize.
That's right.
All right.
I personally have the responsibility of managing my own habits. Not someone outside of me. Technical means that, well, somebody else saw something that they could, maybe put their discretion on and stretch it a little bit and get me for a technical violation. But that's not the case.
Give that boy some love. That's a college. That's a college. Look at him now. Right there. Boy, I love it. So we're gonna hit this thing. We're gonna hit this thing hard, and so we're gonna be here on Saturday. Anybody who can make it, come on, and you can meet us at Golden Times if you want to, but I would prefer we had a little caravan of people who we could take with us. I want to just switch gears for a minute because we got a couple things here just to get in. Monsays is, you got your job now?
I got my job.
Give him a hand. Your job called me for a reference and it was Bridget.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Bridget said, well, what is he like? I said, well, if I had enough money, I would just hire him myself and wouldn't allow you to have I slammed him too. I had just come from the courthouse. I was ready to slam something.
That's why I put you down as a reference every time.
So wait a minute. So you see, he hurried up and got a job. He said, "Oh, I think I got what I need." And so, we're glad you got your job, but also, I'm saying this to everybody, and Terrence laid it out so eloquently. We just want to make sure you're being a good manager of all the aspects of your life, so that technical violations are not up to other people. And that's just how it is. That's just word. Okay. So that's beautiful. We got another little guest here. You done popped in after I don't know how many years. We ain't seen him. We're gonna give you a couple minutes to introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing. You're doing a few little things around here too.
Yeah, my name is Kevin. I'm Pop Guy.
Pop Guy.
I've been doing my music thing. Been working with my mom and my family, and
you got housing?
I do. I got housing.
Oh man, give him love.
I got a phone call last night. I worked with a temp agency a few weeks ago, and I worked with a couple of Mexicans. And when the job was over, I gave one of them my number, and I got a phone call yesterday from one of the supervisors, telling me that I can come in, and he wanted me to fill out an application for coming up for this spring. So I can have his
Look, if he was working with the Mexican boys and stood up with it, you know he did a good job. The brothers on the money, man.
About their money.
They work hard.
They work hard.
About their money.
Don't forget loans.
About their money.
So it's good to see you, man. It's good to see your face, guys. A few guys in Russ City asked me about you, and I don't know what to tell them, because you've been gone.
Yeah, it was on my heart to come back tonight. I said, and I was getting something to eat up at JJ's. I said, well, Let me slide on over there real quick. And
You could have put that JJ money in her pot. We had the chicken ourselves. You know what I mean? But also John is here. Our son John Vang is here. John is, you know, just to share, he's always, I mean, for years was here every Tuesday, but is now, you know, married with children. And has got things going on just a little bit different. Don't worry about that, Mike. So I just want to let John kind of, you know, kind of share a little bit about, update us and let us know what's going on with you and what's happening.
Yeah, so yeah, the house is going well. We're trying to get that ready and see if I can host something. So me and my wife, you know, we've been bringing our baby to my mother-in-law's house in Forest Lake and in St. Paul, my parents' house. So it's been some long car rides, especially with all this snow.
Traffic.
Yeah. So, and then this past month, my wife was, she got the flu or some kind of sickness, and then my baby got it too. So, I'm like, I remember that when we was in the prison and we was healthy. Yeah. And then there's this bug that's going around and it's like, I'm trying to duck and dodge. You know, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm taking care of them. And then taking care of myself, and work is actually really, my plate is full. It's overwhelming right now, so yeah. And speaking of which, you know, you guys were talking about managing your time. You know, I'm feeling like I'm at the brim, and I'm having some trouble keeping everything in place.
Right.
So, you know,
family and work.
Family, work, and, you know, things I do in the community or things that people call me up and ask for. Hey, you know, I need you to, you know, I need to talk to you about this.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's and then family too, and just being a good shepherd and steward, you know, for my family and my younger brothers. They're coming up struggling too, so trying to find time to have those quality conversations with them.
That's right. Y'all hearing that?
Oh yeah, it's quality.
Everybody in here should be reaching for somebody. At least one. Go ahead, son.
Yeah, no, it's you know, so life is good. Keeping busy and trying to chug along and just make sure that my financial situation is good. Yeah. My job is secure. Right. My responsibilities as a father and a brother are, you know, I'm living up to it. Yeah. So things are good. Trying to stay healthy.
Let me give you a parody. So amazing. John is working for the government, right? And so I'm talking to the former commissioner, Tom Roy. I'm bragging about John. All of y'all, but I was at John. And he said, oh, I know, John Vang. And then he just popped his name out like that, right? I was like, you know. He said, yeah, John works right across the cubby from my son. And he told me his son's name. What's his son's name? Trevor. So here is John working right across the cubby from the Commissioner of Corrections' son. Is that amazing? Wow. Kellen Rashad Nins. The reason why Rashad is not here is because Rashad has taken on, I'm coming right back to you, John, but Rashad has taken on coaching a basketball team in St. Paul. And so Rashad goes with these boys. Now these are what they call level 5 boys. Can't nobody deal with them. But Rashad got them organized and got them playing ball. Y'all don't hear me. Oh, yeah. Rashad goes to his first game. The ref of Rashad's first game, the ref of Rashad's first game was his former ISR agent. And the ISR agent was so cool, he let me take Rashad to Texas to a conference, you know, while he was still on ISR. Josh something. I can't call his last name. but they took a picture of Rashad and the PO, who's the rep, and took a picture and sent it to me. And said, Pop, look at this. Somebody said, Pop got it. Pop got it. Y'all are stepping into these positions. You working for the government too, ain't you? Yeah. Come on, man. Y'all are stepping into these positions of leadership, and we have just started to get this thing going good. Right? We ain't down the track. We just getting the engine full of steam. So I don't know if I can make you know how that makes me feel.
Pop, I can say this here.
What you say?
You giving when you used to take. You know how we was in that world. Take. Now you done gave back to everybody. Yeah. And that thing is so powerful now. You just have to float on that air.
Y'all got me floating on something.
From the very beginning when we were meeting at Emerge, there's two people who I really remember. John Bang, one of them. And it's beautiful to watch because I remember John Bang was sitting up, didn't know what he was going to do. Right. That's right. He didn't know what he was going to do. Right. He was struggling, trying to figure it out. I remember. You too. You the other one. But look, the next thing you know, this dude's in suits. He's doing stuff in Emerge. He's just doing stuff. And next thing you know, he's in suits all the time. And he's coming in with briefcases and laptops. Next thing you know, he's working at the Capitol or something like that. And I watched him. And I know his brother too from prison, which we were all real good. But he's one of the real, because I was fresh out too. I was starting to just watch and hear the struggle, and I would hear and I remember, and then I would look and then say, ooh, he got his job, and oh, he got his house. Oh, he got a car and insurance. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen more than one. He's just one that I remember from struggling to suits. That's the best way to put it. Now he's married, he got kids, he's happy, he's talking about maintaining his home, making sure he's a good husband and a father and a brother. I know that dude.
See, that's what I love about the group. Because you can't come here and be sorry for yourself. That's not the example, and that's not the model that we put forth. Right? We are, yes, but we are a witness for each other.
That's right.
Right? And we see what is possible for us when we take back control of our life. Right? That's it. Now, that's why I'm glad you're here. Because see, you see what's here. And you see these guys, we all, some of us been down 20 years, 18 years, whatever. Right. We got 3 or 4 guys in government, folks running for office, whatever.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? This is how we roll it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This gonna be
and listen,
coming up too.
And now that you're in the car, you roll in the same direction.
Right.
You know what
I'm going to come to you. I want to lift up Philip right here, and I mentioned him last week, but Philip is just kind of started to boom.
I still walk back to him at the couch.
Right.
Philip has stepped in. Philip has stepped in to what he always had. Now watch this. But he took him a long time. But he has stepped into it and has started to develop these relationships and is becoming a speaker for us, on the front lines for us.
Yes,
and
sir.
let me tell you what it's doing to him, even though we haven't had this conversation. As Phil is stepping into these areas, it's making him reevaluate what he's doing when nobody's looking. I'm away for all that.
I gotta say this.
You can say what you want to when I get done. But watch this. Watch me. To the extent that what we do in the light and what we do at night match up, it's to that extent your leadership skills take completely off. It's flight there.
That's right.
We've been walking or crawling and then walking, hoping something comes out right. But when we get to the place where the nighttime and the daytime, they match up and the words match up, then everything that was always deposited inside of you before the foundation was even laid, then everything that was promised to you, you start knocking on the door of your promise. And in that knocking, man, then he has to open up the door and give you what belongs to you. It don't belong to nobody else, Philip. It's been yours the whole time. Give that boy some love. Okay, go ahead and say what you want to say.
Shane has this unique way of making sense out of stuff that, I'll give you an example. When I was over at the Pop House, I was complaining about Duvall. I said, Duvall is stealing from me, man. He's taking stuff from me. And so Shane said, but that ain't nothing but junk, brother. I said, Shane, it's my junk. I just came home. So about a couple of months ago, we was on the phone, and he said, Phil, you know, man, you know, now I feel so bad because I felt that Shane took on so much responsibility. I got Shane by about a year and a half. And I've been knowing this brother for about 40 years. And the thing about it is he wasn't trying to make me feel bad. But he was saying, you know, Phil, you know, I love all the Pop boys, but they, you know, they're younger than me. And he was kind of really saying something to me like, you know, I need somebody that's on period with me to kind of step up. And so really it was kind of what you said, man, even though you weren't trying to make me feel bad, brother. I just couldn't.
Well, you know, you've been doing a good job. My young man, give me the hand, come on now. I think we're talking about them, but we're really talking about you. It's really about you. And it's just like as Will was indicating, this is just, you can't come here and feel sorry for yourself. None, all of us in here have been broken. That's right. I'm waiting for all the amens and amen. But you can heal from them broken places. We have to get stronger in the broken places. I don't hear you in here. Somebody say stronger. Stronger. In the broken places. In the broken places. And that is about getting your personal power and putting that balm of Gilead on yourself. Rub it on yourself. So, you know what? I don't know if am I missing something? We're getting late now. Say, rub it on myself. Rub it on myself. So I want to just give. And you know, here's Woody over here. You know, he give Woody a hand. Woody's over there helping us at TP, doing all kinds of stuff behind the scenes and in front of the scene and everything like this here. And you know, they done suspended Woody from Rush City because of he had a foster brother or something like that in there. They just clowning. And you know, I'm angry about it because I got to go up there by myself. And you know, this and that. But and everybody, I don't say it to the guys what happened, but I'm putting it out here. We don't want to hide nothing. You know, it ain't no shame in the game. You can't be related without reporting it, but he's not related to the person or this or that. But you know, these are the kind of challenges. Y'all never see this kind of stuff. But these are the challenges, the little stuff that we got to fight through to get in there and put the work in. And Woody has been putting work in for years. He's been with me for about 10 years up here. Give him some love. So, what you got, Woody? You got something?
Oh no, I'm just happy. I'm really coming to make sure.
Check it. Check it tonight.
We got it. We got it.
We got you.
Will's brother, and we really appreciate Will and I have a conversation, man. And just I thank Will for always reaching back and looking back toward his family. Man. It's a powerful thing. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Man, I'll just tell you, man. I feel like I get more out of this than you do. It makes me feel like I'm cheating you somehow, but I tell you, man, I love what we're doing. I love who we're becoming. I believe in you. And we are only as strong as our weakest link. And even in the weakest link, I believe in you. Let's pledge and get out of here. Glad to have you. Yes, sir. Hey, what? Yes, sir.
Tomorrow it's Redemption Day at the Hill. So there's going to be bills going up. One of them is a bill to ban life for juveniles. There's Restore the Vote coming up, and so there's a number of bills that's going to be at the Capitol, in the House and the Senate.
It's just in the House.
In
it's
the House.
Public Safety Committee at 12:45.
Yeah, so if you can make it.
And you know, we know that's hard, you know, for people, but if you can, if you got the freedom to move around like that, get in the line, put your arm around somebody that's like they got their arms around you. We need everybody in this. Ain't nobody making up your own rules. Watch this though, this is so important. You know, we got a little TV show. And so what we could do is we could get Anika over to MTN TV station and do like a segment, you know, and then take it over to St. Paul.
Play it automatically.
And they'll play the tape automatically, continuously.
Yes.
We popping, we out in popping.
So we're gonna do that, and I want you to coordinate with Eli here, her assistant campaign manager. Make sure you got assistant. All right. I will. Balance my family values. With my goals. I will. Exercise wisdom. What I choose to eat. Read. And do. I will. Strive to make all relationships. Win-win. No deal. I will. Under every circumstance. Maintain a positive attitude. I will. Enjoy my life. With a sense of humor. While taking advantage of my opportunities. And learning from my misfortune. I will. Act upon circumstances. Rather than have them act upon me. I will. On a daily basis. Be proactive with my goals. I will. Always protect my wisdom. My health. My happiness. I will. Stay principle centered. Maintain a positive circle of influence. I will. Daily learn. Commit. And do. I will. Act according to the POP Leadership Institute. Be productive in my community. And in my private life. Give somebody a hug. Help clean up. Let's get on out of here.